Good morning. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we explored how it is that active addiction takes us away from who we really are. And I also shared with you from my work with so many who are in recovery from addiction that oftentimes there's an opportunity to break through some of the old imprisoning blueprints is what we call them, and actually get to the source, new ways of being that promise people freedom that they've never known before. And so I'd like to share a story with you of one formerly addicted individual who I believe found this freedom or is finding this freedom, but it only came after hitting bottom. And this person's having lost nearly everything along the way. That person, by the way, is me. I can still remember how foreign it seemed to me, this idea of truly being at home inside one's own skin, being oneself. I can still remember how foreign that seemed to me, even as I began studying clinical psychology in graduate school, just almost exactly 40 years ago. The oddest thing is I could think about it, and I could even write papers about becoming one's true self, let's say, in adulthood, but it really remained abstract to me. I had no close experience of this myself. In fact, my true introduction to how far away I was from becoming a grown self. My introduction actually came with a series of horrendously painful losses in midlife, where I lost my career in clinical psychology. And those losses, which I'll be sharing with you over the next few podcasts and integrating them into material that I hope that is useful and applicable to you, they were all they've all followed on some extremely bad choices that I made that were amplified by three things. And these three things I want to just briefly summarize today, and we'll go more deeply into them as we talk here together these next podcasts. One thing for sure was that I had a tremendous amount of ungrieved emotional trauma dating from early on in my life that had just never been processed. So it was down in the basement. And that's the first thing that comes to mind. The second was that I felt very disconnected from a truly honest and nourishing relationship in my life. In midlife, it was very painful to me. I was really looking for a partner, and I did not successfully achieve that. And amidst this combination of trauma and loneliness, I became increasingly addicted to alcohol and then other drugs. And so these three factors, trauma, loneliness, and addiction, they all fed each other. And I got myself trapped into a horrible vicious cycle. It's what I've sometimes called here where the poor get poorer. I already started off really in a difficult place, and I just got worse and worse. I got myself into an incredibly devastating and destructive downward spiral. Now, I'm sharing this story not because it's totally unique. It's my story, but my story is so similar to many of the people I work with who themselves are in recovery from severe addiction. And I wonder if you can relate to this, either in your own life, just what I've shared with you just today, or in the life of someone that you love. If so, why don't you take a few moments today and just reflect on how addiction for you or for this loved one really set up a disaster waiting to happen. And tomorrow when we come back, we'll be looking at how specific patterns, or what we've been calling blueprints, how oftentimes they come to light once the bottom of our lives drop out. And I'll be using my own story to hopefully spark reflections on your story, okay? So there's more to follow. Come back and I'll look forward to seeing you then. I hope you have a good day.